If you are thinking of moving to the rose capital of America, Tyler, Texas, then stick around for this video because today I'm going to be going over my top 5 tips that you're going to want to know before you move here to Tyler, Texas. And this is coming from someone who just moved to Tyler, Texas just last year. And I want to share with you everything that I've learned along my way. And I want to help you have the smoothest journey possible in becoming a Tyler Texan. So all of that coming up right now. Howdy everyone and welcome back to the channel. For those new here, my name is Ronnie Withers, and if you want to know what it's like to live, eat, sleep, work and play in Tyler, Texas and the surrounding areas, go ahead and smash the subscribe button and tap that notification bell so you're the first to be notified on any Tyler, Texas market updates. I'm getting calls every single day of people just like you who are looking at moving to Tyler, Texas. So if that does sound like you and you are looking at relocating to Tyler, go ahead and give me a call, shoot me a text or send me an email. We can get together and get you into your dream Tyler home and cut out all the stress possible. So today we're going to go over my 5 tips that I've put together, the 5 things that I think you must know before you actually make that move over to Tyler. Starting off, number 1 is going to be you need to decide what you want to do in moving all your things from another city, another state, all the way over to Tyler. Now, the reason I say this is because I waited to the last very minute to start researching moving companies, moving trucks, anything like that. And in my head, I thought it'd be maybe $1,000. We were moving from Kentucky over to Texas. So I thought it'd maybe be $1,000 to get someone in the truck to move my stuff from my apartment over to Tyler. Now, that wasn't the case. I ended up calling these different companies, the moving companies, and I got quotes up to $10,000 to move my 1-bedroom apartment to my house here in Tyler. Now, I did my research. It was a very stressful time. So these are the options that I've come down to. So what we ended up doing was using a company called U-Pack. Now with U-Pack, what happens is you get a little container. It's called a Relo Cube. So it's a little cube, a very small cube. I'll put a little video in here. And you pack the cube yourself. So depending on how good of a packer is, you pack all the things yourself and then you call them up. They come along, they pick up the Relo Cube, and they bring it to their storage facility, and then they put it on a big truck and they ship it all the way to your new destination. And then when you arrive in your new destination, you just call them up, and in a couple of days, they drop it off back to you. You unload it, you call them when you're done, they come pick it up, easy as that. And that's what we did. I'd highly recommend it for someone who has a small studio apartment, maybe a 1-bedroom apartment, pushing it a 2-bedroom apartment, but you might need an extra cube. And that's the good thing as well. You can order as many cubes as you'd like. So I'd highly recommend that. I'm not sponsored by them to say it. I just, in my personal experience, I think it went pretty well and we had a pretty good experience using them. Now, the other options are you can hire a U-Haul trailer and truck. Now, the thing with that is, it can get pretty expensive when you're hiring the truck, which you're gonna have to pay for mileage, you're gonna have to pay for gas, and you can only go a certain speed on the highway as well. So if you're traveling thousands and thousands of miles, it might not be worth it, and it might be worth actually upgrading to the next option, which is paying an actual relocation company. Now, this is gonna be the most expensive route to take, and this is what I looked into that ended up quoting me for $10,000. So it might not be worth it if you've only got a 1-bedroom apartment, but if you're going from a house, a 4-bedroom, 3-bedroom house in one state and you're moving to a brand new state, like Tyler, Texas, then it might be worth the investment of having actual professionals load up your stuff, wrap it with all the protective gear, all the blankets, and do everything professionally, have liability insurance, and you're gonna be spending a little bit extra, but it's gonna be worth it in the long run. They'll come, they'll load everything up, they'll put it on the truck, they'll drive it to Tyler, and then they'll unpack when you get to your final destination. So if you're moving from a big house to another big house, I'd highly recommend the investment and not having to worry about doing any of that yourself. So the first tip, plan this beforehand. Don't do it like I did 2 weeks before you're actually planning on moving, because that's gonna cause a lot of stress and it's gonna be a lot more expensive than if you actually planned in advance. Moving on to my second tip for you is gonna be educate yourself. The whole reasoning behind this YouTube channel is to inform people from out of state who like the idea of moving to Tyler. I've already got a bunch of videos on this channel and I'm planning on making a lot more. So if I were you, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and just watch the videos and learn, take notes, and actually have a look and see if you could see yourself living in Tyler, Texas. Now, it's not for everyone. People like me absolutely love it here. People not so much. So have a look at videos, have a look at the things I did were look on Reddit, Tyler, Texas Reddit page, look at other forums, look other people's YouTube videos. There's a couple on YouTube. Look at the Tyler news page, the Tyler newspaper. Pretend you're studying Tyler as a school subject and just really dive deep into learning about it, because the last thing you want to do is move across the country, move to an area that you don't actually like living in. So tip number 2, do your research and study, study, study. Tip number 3 is gonna be, if it is possible, I'd highly recommend taking a trip out here. Now, I know it's not possible for everyone, but I would highly recommend taking that trip, because there's only a certain amount you can find out and know through a computer screen and doing your research and talking to people. So even though I have done a video up here where I walk you through a map of Tyler and kind of give you the lay of the land and show you where the main roads are, but that is no substitute for driving on the road yourself. So that's what I'd highly recommend. Come over to Tyler, maybe spend a couple of days here. And then what I'd suggest doing is whatever you're doing in your home right now, go to those places here. If you normally like to go to the gym, go to a Crunch Fitness, go to an Anytime Fitness, go to a nicer gym here in Tyler. If you're the type of person who loves playing golf, for example, or loves that country club living, then go over to Holly Tree Golf and Country Club, go over to the Cascades and have a look around. That actually brings us on to our 4th tip, which is when you go to those places, talk to the locals. As much as I'd say, just listen to me and I'm trying to become an expert in everything Tyler, but I'm one person. There's gonna be a lot of people around Tyler who have a lot of different opinions. So when you are in town and you're looking at the places that you'd normally go to, the things that you use on a daily basis here in Tyler, just speak to people. If you're an introvert, it might be a little bit harder, but just go up to people and ask them what their opinions are on Tyler. They have nothing to hide. Some might tell you they love it, some might tell you they don't like it so much, but that will give you a better idea and a couple of things to think about whether you actually want to move here. Something that my wife and I did, we came to Tyler to visit a while back, and originally driving around, we didn't like it that much. And we went back to our Airbnb and we just weren't happy. We thought we'd love Tyler so much, and we walked across the street and we actually walked to a gun shop. I love shooting, I love my guns. So we walked in here into the shop. We spoke to the manager, who we found out was a former police officer. He served as a Tyler police officer for years, and now he's working as an officer somewhere else. And he really told us the right areas to look around. He told us about what it's like to live in Tyler, where the up and coming areas were. And that's exactly what we needed. That's the main goal of this channel, is for me to give you that information. But there's no substitute for looking around and talking to locals and getting other people's opinion on the area. And onto our final tip, which is tip number 5, which is gonna be speak to a real estate agent as soon as you decide that you wanna move to Tyler. Now, before you switch off, because I am a real estate agent, I will say it doesn't have to be me. If you don't like me, if you don't like the look of me, if you don't like the accent, don't use me. There's plenty of good real estate agents here in Tyler. If I am someone who you think the personality would match, go ahead and give me a call, text or email. But it's really, really important that you find a good real estate agent to start with, because what we will do is we will set you up on a home search. We can put in all different parameters and just show you what the market's like in Tyler. And no matter how far out you are, whether you're 3 weeks, whether you're 3 months, whether you're a year out, it doesn't really matter, because it's always good and you can never be too prepared. So you kind of want to have a good idea what you're pre-approved for, maybe speak to a lender, but then talk to a real estate agent, develop that relationship. They will put you on a custom search for exactly what you're looking for. And then every week, every couple days, properties will show up in your email account and you'll be able to look at those and just get a good idea what type of home is available within your price range in the area you want to be living in. So then when it does come time for you to actually buy a house, you'll have a really, really good idea of what's out there and what's actually reasonable for you to put an offer in, and your expectations won't be too high or too low. And then you can be really competitive when you make an offer and you can get into your dream home. So go out there, find a really good real estate agent. Could be me, could not be me. Find someone who you get along with really well and actually is good at their job, you'll have a pretty smooth time and you'll be prepared by the time you're looking at putting an offer in a house here in Tyler. And just a special bonus tip for those of you who actually made it to the end of the video. Number 6 bonus tip, you won't find this anywhere else, is get yourself a good pair of cowboy boots. You're in Texas now. You got to dress like a Texan. For those of you that made it to the end of the video, thank you very, very much for watching. Like I said, my name is Ronnie Withers, and if you are thinking about moving to Tyler, Texas, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. We can get together and I'll get you sorted. What do you think of these tips? If you're already living in Tyler, what do you think? Do you agree? If you're not and you're thinking about moving to Tyler, what else do you want to know about moving to Tyler? Comment down below the number 1 question you have about Tyler. We'll see how many we can get, and maybe we'll have enough for another video that I can answer all the questions. Please give this video a like if you have liked the video, subscribe if you are new, and until next time, cheerio.